What's going on, you guys? Coaster here, just talking about the game against UVA. UCLA won 28-20, but like most Bruin fans, you better not be happy that they won, and at least not like this. I'm not very happy. Luckily I've calmed down. It's been, I don't know, 4 hours after the game. I've been working a little bit in the day, but I watched it and I was very, very angry. So, because this is kind of a negative video, I'll start with the positives. Hey, the defense did their job. The defense could have pitched a shutout if they wanted to, if they had some offense. Defense pretty much did their job on both, pretty much everywhere. They had to score for them too. They had to outscore the UVA Cavaliers 21-20. After all, Eric Kendricks pick six. There was the one by Ishmael Adams, kind of a tip drill at the line, and of course, there was that fumble, which Randall Goforth picked up and ran it back. Thankfully, there was some speed. No, I thought the defense did its job, even in coverage. Especially the defensive line. Eddie Vanderdoes won't get a lot of credit, or Ogmade Odigizua won't get talked about, but those guys did their jobs in the trenches. UVA couldn't run the ball. And they stopped the starting quarterback. The backup was kind of... he had his throws, he made a few, and he gave me a scare, but... I think UVA's coaching staff was being a little conservative. They kind of, that time they ran the ball on third down before going for it on fourth was kind of weird. I think UVA kind of gave this game to us. That's really all it is. It's like, this is like when you play pool. You hit the 8-ball in a little bit too early, or you scratch on an 8-ball pocket shot. That's an automatic loss. It's the same feeling. This is like UVA knocking the 8-ball in and handing UCLA a win. I had 3 turnovers, but no, the defense did its job. They get all the A's in the world, even though they allowed 20 points on paper or something. No problems there. But now on to the offense. Disgusting. I know Jake Brendel was out at center. There's no excuses. No excuses whatsoever how they couldn't run the ball. And now we're learning, if UCLA can't run the ball, they're going to get lit up. They're going to be not scoring, and they got to have pick sixes as their weapon. I'm really annoyed at the offensive line that UVA just controlled that part of scrimmage. Stanford has done that historically versus us. Oregon has done that in the past. Now suddenly it's UVA doing that against us. They owned the offensive line today, and I'm very annoyed. Some of it's Walt Mazzoni. The play calling was kind of weird. They tried to run a QB draw on a 4th down once, and that didn't work out. They blitzed and saw that coming. They tried to run some silly run things. Hundley was good when he was running. That's not what you're supposed to have in a Heisman quarterback, but supposedly he's a Heisman quarterback, and I don't see it. But he made a few plays, and that one touchdown near the end helps out, of course, but the offense was trying to lose this game, it felt like. The offensive line couldn't block for Hundley. He was sacked, he was under pressure. And even in the second half, usually we're good at second half of adjustments, but even this time, yeah, they drove the ball a little bit. I know people might point out to the third quarter being a positive, but they were terrible. They got to call some more rollout plays with Hundley if they want to throw, because in the pocket, he was terrible looking. It was unwatchable to me. He forced some balls. It was lucky there were not as many picks as there could have been. Jordan Payton saved the day on 3rd down, and UCLA just squeaks out of Charlottesville with a win. I'm not very happy. The passing game's a joke. Running game, there's no blocking, and I don't know really if I want to blame Paul Perkins, but Jordan James did not look good. But the offensive line couldn't create holes either, and if you can't create holes, they're gonna own you. They're gonna control the game, and that's not gonna be good to watch. So, the offense gets like a D or an F, but the defense gets an A+++ to the max because they had to score 3 touchdowns just to win this game. They play Memphis next week. That's not really going to be a telling of who's good and who's not good, but at minimum, this offensive line, I hope this motivates them. All this hype and all these expectations. UCLA wanted to look like a laughingstock today, and they're very fortunate that UVA's starting quarterback gave the game away. Disgusting. All they can do was zone read options as our offense, and that was about it. So, see you guys later. I'm not very happy, obviously. It was terrible. I'm happy it's over with, just happy we won, but I'm not happy overall. We'll see you guys later.